How was school, Jay Sean?
Uh, School was good.
You went to school?
Yeah.
Why don't people call me telling me that you weren't in school today?
I went to all my class fairs. I was in school.
Why they call me and say that to me?
I don't know why they said that.
Huh?
I don't know why they said that.
Because you was there.
I was there. I went to all the classes.
How was it?
Um, it was good. I mean, we didn't really do much because I think it was second to fifth period. There was a little assembly, and then during lunch, people were fighting, so we went on lockdown, and then somebody had like a medical emergency. So
A
yeah,
fight? Why was they fighting?
I don't know. I did not stay to watch either. Not interested in that.
What's the point in fighting in school, man?
Probably old beef or just to resolve their problems. Okay.
You got to talk into the microphone
Uh,
or move the microphone closer. You can move the microphone closer. So that brings me to something that I wanted to talk to you all about today. So, have you around conflict resolution? Joy had a bit of a conflict a few days ago in school.
Which one?
Which one? You talking to the microphone? Which one? You had that many conflicts.
It was only two.
Well, you had to write an apology letter for one.
Yeah.
Apologies are, you all get taught so many things, but have you all ever been taught how to apologize?
I mean, all you got to do is say, I'm sorry. And then,
Sometimes just I'm sorry don't cut it.
I mean, yeah, but, just say, I'm sorry. And then whatever you're sorry for, then,
And then you know what?
and then that's it.
Is that true, Joy?
No.
Okay, tell me what you say.
Like, well, sometimes you can use words, but also like your actions, like for example, like if you're babysitting and you lose the dog, if you're dog sitting and you lose the dog, like you can't just apologize. Like you can go out and just buy another dog and give it to them.
So, in my opinion, those both I think are good examples. But who sit down and actually go through this is the elements of an apology. This is why you should apologize. This is why it is important. Because apologizing is a skill set. I think you all probably have experienced in your lives already and probably will experience in the future times where somebody has done something and their apology don't don't help the situation. It don't make you feel like they really apologizing. Maybe even it make you feel like, yeah, they said I apologize, but they really justifying the BS they did. Have y'all ever experienced that?
Uh,
Or the person is only apologizing because they were told to by an adult.
yeah. I mean, I have it a lot during middle school.
And so the skill set of genuine apology, I think is one of my best skill sets. But it's something that I have had to be very, very intentional on working on because it don't just always come natural or easy. So for myself, I developed some rules for apologizing that I'm going to share. Because Joy had to write a letter of apology to her teacher. And I feel like there's a couple elements in the apology letter that I believe does not fit with any apology. So my number one rule, what you think, Jay Sean? What you think is the number one rule with apologies?
Admitting you're wrong.
Joy.
Being genuine?
Yeah, I those are, I think, for the most part, good rules. Jay Sean, I would say this about admitting you're wrong. Sometimes you might apologize for something that you're not wrong for, and because you're apologizing don't always require a person to be wrong. As you will learn and grow through so many different complex situations, you're not always necessarily wrong for something, but it can still go a long way to apologize. So my rule is, particularly when you're not dealing with family or loved ones, you apologize once. One time. You give your apology and that's it. Right? But what does that require? And this is why I say your loved ones, because when you put love into it, you get into some other things. But we get to that. But in you all situation, y'all not in love yet. So we don't need to deal with that right now. We will though. But when you're dealing with people that you don't love, that you maybe care about, but it's not your wife, your husband, your child, your parent, you apologize once, because the more you talk and the more you redo your apology, the more your words can get twisted and turned upside down. So it's a one-time rule. But what does that one-time rule require, Jay Sean?
Emotion.
What that one-time rule require, Joy?
Thought outward.
Who?
Thought outward.
What you mean? Thought outwards.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like you actually think about what you're saying.
So it requires a high level of uh, uh, being thorough. Your apology has to be tip top, buttoned up. It has to make the points you want to make. It has to make them the correct way, using the correct words. The words that I will use if I'm apologizing to a child, or if I'm apologizing to an elder, I will probably use different words, right? So all of these things matter. You got to get it right. You got to focus on getting it right, because it could be verbal. It could be a text message. It could be an email. It could be a written letter, right? But however you're going to apologize, you got to get it right so that you can do it what? One time. One time. We ain't going back and forth with this, right? I'm going to be genuine. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be thoughtful. And I'm going to do it one time. This is all you get. What's the number 2 rule? What's the number 2 rule, Jay Sean? With apology. What's the number 2 rule, Joy? It's the number 2 rule. It ain't many rules. You know, I don't do a whole bunch of rules. Number 2 rule is you only control who? Yourself. So your apology is not the opportunity to tell the other person what they should do, what they could do, what they did wrong, what they didn't do, what they could have did, should have did, what. No. The apology focuses on you. That's it. You can't speak for nobody else in your apology. You can't speak for what this person did. You can't speak for what that person did. You can only speak for you. And if you're apologizing, you need to be genuine, like Jay Sean said, but you need to speak for yourself. You can't tell the other person what you think they should do. You can't tell the other person what you think they did wrong. You can't tell the other person what you want from them and all of that. If you're apologizing, you just got to apologize. It could be as simple as, hey, I apologize for pushing you. I ain't mean to do it. I'm sorry. It could be that simple. And we move on, right? Or it could be, I apologize for pushing you, but you shouldn't have just been standing there. Is that an apology?
No.
I apologize for pushing you, but you saw me walking in this direction and it wasn't nowhere else for me to walk. So why wouldn't you just kind of move out the way so I could walk past? I mean, I apologize if I hurt you and everything, but I wasn't trying to hurt you. I kind of feel like we both was a little bit wrong in the situation. So in the future, I try to not bump you, but could you please at least try to, let me pass? Is that an apology? No, that's an argument. That's one person having a two-way argument by themselves, right? If you're not in the space to be genuine with your apology, Jay Sean, then maybe you don't need to write that apology yet, right? But I think that these things come with a level of maturity. But I think that it also probably need to be taught, right? And then what's the third rule? Is one more rule. For me, it's only 3 rules to apologies. Third rule, a lot of people would say change behavior. If you apologize for bumping into me, the way that you really show that you apologize is by not bumping into me again, right? To me, that kind of goes without saying. If you're being genuine in your apology, then you're going to make sure that you don't do that no more, right? So to me, that kind of go without saying. To me, the third rule is be brief, right? We don't need to write a 10-page paper to apologize for bumping into somebody. It could be 4 sentences. Hey, I know I bumped into you. I realized how it made you feel. I just want to let you know that I apologize. And in the future, I won't do that no more. Short and sweet, right? Acknowledge how the person feel. Acknowledge that you did that. Acknowledge that you won't do it again. And then go and don't do it again, right? That's an important element. But to me, if you apologize and you've already sealed the deal that you're not going to do it again. Because why apologize if you're going to do it again? Right?
Yeah.
What you think of that, Joy? They ain't teach you this in your conflict resolution. Because a good apology take you a long way. Have y'all ever had somebody give you a good apology? No?
No.
Um, no.
No?
I mean, like, they'll apologize, like, they don't, like, actually mean what they say.
How you know they don't mean it?
'Cause they don't change what they're doing.
Okay. Well, how would it make you feel if you actually got a really good apology?
Could feel.
It'll probably make you feel kind of weird in a moment, right? Because it's like something might have just happened to you and you like, I want to defend myself. I want to tell this person how I feel. But then they come with a real genuine apology and you're like, dang, they really apologized. Like I don't got to defend myself. They acknowledged how I feel. They didn't point the blame back at me. Like that. Okay. It allows you to let your guard down. So just take the practice in reverse and realize that most of the time, sometimes you're going to run into people that's going to be, something else. But most of the time, if you offer a person a great apology, a thorough apology, they'll let their guard down and things can get on the path to being better. Sometimes things get better right there in the moment. Sometimes, we do things as people, we all human. Sometimes we do some things that take a little more time to heal. But those to me, those are the elements of apologizing that I think are important that I wanted to talk to you all about. What'd you think of that, Jay Sean?
I think it's important to apologize to people because it builds connection and shows how much of a caring kind of person you can be to other people.
Mm-hmm. What you think, Joy?
I think that like apology can show good communication for you, and it can show like you can admit when you're wrong, and you can actually put thought into an apology.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, I think that you're going to redo your apology letter. You're going to make some edits based on what we talked about. Keeping in mind that you only control who? Yourself. You acknowledge your situation. You be thorough. You make sure your spelling and your grammar is on point. So that it is one apology and that's it. And we move on with our lives. Right?
Yeah.
Because Jay Sean, one day when you get that girlfriend and you do something you ain't, look at him smiling. All you gotta do is say one word, girlfriend. That's all you gotta say. Boy gonna start smiling, he can't even help it. You're gonna have to be apologizing to him, Jay Sean. That's a skill set that I think so many of our young people don't, we get into relationships, we're young, we're still trying to learn who we are, who the world is, where we fit in, all of these different things. It's so complicated, it's so many scenarios. And we get in a relationship with somebody else that got similar, so much stuff. So it's inevitable that what we gonna do? It's inevitable. We gonna make mistakes. We gonna do some stuff wrong, right? And it's okay. Like that's part of life, right? But I think a lot of people, young people and older people too, make the biggest mistake of not being able to just simply apologize for when they did wrong. They try to find blame in everything else. They try to find fault and blame and point the finger. Their apology becomes a defense more than an apology. They defend themselves. They defend their actions. And maybe defending your actions has a place, but that is not an apology. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, sometimes, because Jay Sean said being genuine, this is also the reality, is that boys and girls probably, but I'm a man, boys will use apologies to be deceitful. You say, what's that? You don't know what deceitful is? Jay Sean, what's deceitful?
To use someone.
Yeah, that could be. I'm using it in the context of tricking you. So saying all the right things to make you believe that they love you and care about you. But really they just want to continue to possess you. They want to continue to have control over your heart, over your mind, over you physically. So whatever messed up thing they done did, they gonna come with the most heartfelt apology. It's gonna feel so genuine. They gonna bring flowers and cars and chocolates. They gonna do so much stuff. They gonna take your car and get it washed just so that they can have possession over you again. and then they gonna go and do the same thing again because the apology was deceitful. It wasn't a true apology. And sometimes, because we are humans, it's hard to see through it. It's hard to see through. That's why you're gonna have to listen to your daddy. When your daddy say, nah, that's a loser, tell him to scram. Right? Huh? When your daddy say, tell him to scram, what you gonna say? It's a 5-letter word. I said it about 5 times already. When your daddy tell him to scram, you tell him to
Scram?
Scram. Yeah. Get lost, loser. Yeah.
So mean.
No, it's not.
You said it.
How does that mean?
Calling, Dad, we've been over this. Calling someone a loser is.
And you agreed that some people are losers.
No.
You did.
You took it further, and then I agreed at
Oh.
that point.
Okay, so some people are losers. Did you not agree that some people are losers?
I agreed to something, but it wasn't that exact.
Okay, is some people losers?
I mean, it depends on how.
Is there any people in this world that are losers? She trying to wiggle out of this, Jay Sean.
Everybody's their own person.
But are there any people that's losers, in your opinion?
I mean, right now, no. I don't know any losers.
Yeah, you don't hang out with any losers, but do you know of any losers?
No.
Well, I do. And if you ever encounter a loser, don't worry. Your father will be the first one to point it out to you. Ain't that what I should do, Jay Sean? What you think? Do you think that I should not point out the losers?
I think we should. So she doesn't fall in love with
So what if he falls in love with a loser?
What?
What if he falls in love with a loser?
What you mean?
What if he falls in love with a loser?
Jay Sean is a boy, a young man.
What?
Jay Sean is a young man.
I wasn't talking about Jay Sean.
Who are you talking about?
What if he falls in love with a loser?
How?
You just said, "Do I know any losers?" I
think she's trying to say, do she think that I would fall in love with a girl that's a loser? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that's possible?
Yeah.
This conversation could get me in trouble, but let's go for it. Because I'm going to put this on YouTube, and a lot of people probably going to disagree with me.
So you think I'll pick a loser? Wow.
That's a good question. I don't think you get to pick. I don't think you get to pick. I'm being honest, Joy. In all the stuff, this is one of the few things that I think the fairy tales maybe get right. In all the stuff, when someone wants to get married, who decides they're going to get married?
The parents.
Nah.
The dad.
The man.
Oh.
Right? Do the wife come with the ring and get on one knee and say, "Will you marry me?"
No.
No. Right? The man decides. No matter how it sounds or how it come across, that's the reality. There are certain roles that people play. So I don't think the woman choose. The woman choose certain things, but I don't think the woman choose. Now, you could certainly say, I don't want to be with this person. Definitely. But when it comes to get married, if you're the person who proposes to your husband, I'm going to tell you that, look how crazy that sounds. I'm going to tell you that he's a loser and tell him to scram. Right? But you just looked crazy at the thought of you being the one that proposed. Right? But you think that you going to be the one that pick?
I'm talking about like in high school. Like, you don't expect me to date nobody?
What? Oh boy. You see, this is another one of those things that I think is important conversation. And a lot of people will disagree with me on this too. But this way of thinking has served me very well. When I grew up, when I was a teenager, y'all's age, I grew up around my father and my Uncle Robert. I was with them constantly, almost every day, doing stuff. And of course, they older men, been all around the world, you know, doing different things. And so they would tell me stories, and they would talk about stories from when they was younger. And it was some crazy stories, some stories that a 10, 11, 12-year-old kid probably shouldn't be hearing. But I was hearing them because I was with them. The thing that it made me realize was that everybody is human. Everybody is free. I should not expect some 15-year-old girl to only like me, because I'm not going to only like her. I'm going to like about 30 15-year-olds when I'm 15. When I'm in high school for 4 years, it's probably going to be 100 girls that I like over the course of those 4 years. And as a human, I probably should believe that this girl is going to also like probably about 100 different people over the course of these 4 years. That don't mean that you get to know all of those people. That don't mean that you become friends with those people. Sometimes you just think somebody cute and you never even talk to them. You never even speak to them. Y'all never even have a conversation, but you think they're cute. And so with that, I never had a girlfriend in high school. I never, quote unquote, dated nobody in high school. Now, did I go to restaurants with girls? Did I go to the movies with girls? Of course, all the time. I had cars in high school, of course. I had a really good time in high school. It was a great experience for me in that aspect. But did I have a girlfriend? No. For what? What's the point? To cry when they break up with you? What if you can have all the same experiences, but minus the possession? Because they expect you, when they call you, they expect you to answer the phone. When they send you a text message, they expect you to respond. They want to know your location. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know what you got going on, this and that. You don't own me. It's even worse in y'all's generation, right? Won't you? In my generation, they want you to be on the phone talking about what's their favorite color till 2 a.m. What's your favorite color? Oh, what's your favorite? Oh, what's your favorite food? What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? What's your favorite TV show? Man, I don't care about nothing. Cool. Okay, it's cool. I'm not going to put that down. But you get what I'm saying? You want me to be on the phone till 2 a.m? No, I'm going to sleep. Right? So to me, those high school relationships and all of this quote unquote dating, that stuff is just all about possession. It's all about having a person to possess. And the whole concept, in my opinion, is stupid. It don't make sense. Whatever you want to do with this girl or boy, whether y'all dating, girlfriend and boyfriend or not, you could do the same stuff with them. You just don't have a title. You just don't possess them. Right? Yeah. So what's the difference? So to answer your question, I think you asked me, do I expect you not to date in high school? Yeah, I expect you to just enjoy life. Being a 15 and 16 and 17 and 18-year-old, just enjoy life. If you want to go to the movie with this friend, go to the movie. If the very next day you want to go out to dinner with this friend, a whole different friend, go. If the next day you want to have this friend come over to our house and meet me, cool. Let's just live life. Why lock ourselves down when we're still so young? We don't even know who we are. I'm glad I learned that early, because when I saw some of my friends, man, they were going through it, crying over girls, this and that, fighting people over girls. I ain't never did no stuff like that. So you don't agree,
I didn't say that.
do you?
I mean, like, I agree with some stuff.
So what's the benefits of dating? When you say dating, you mean like boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
Don't look at nobody else. Don't talk to no other girls.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll talk to other girls.
Well, no, the boy.
Oh. I mean, obviously they have a life. I mean, supposed to have connection.
So what's the point of girlfriend, boyfriend?
To be dating?
To what? To go to the movies? Well, like, what's a date?
Like,
Jay Sean, what's a date?
When like boy and like girl go somewhere and hang out.
That's a date, Joy? So why do you need to be boyfriend and girlfriend to do that? You can just go somewhere and hang out.
because it's different.
So what's different?
Like, they're
You possessed. They possess you. They control you. That's, to me, that's the only difference. Is the control factor. Because you could just go on a date with somebody.
yes, but it's not the same. Like,
What, to give them a hug? To give them a kiss?
yeah, like
You can give a person a hug and a kiss.
no,
Yes, you can.
you know how weird that is to give your friend.
Well, then don't. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But you can just go on, you could just go and watch a movie with somebody.
Right.
They don't have to possess you, though.
No, oh, it's just different.
What's different?
Like, it's just different.
What's different?
It's different.
Can you help her, Jay Sean? She's struggling.
It's different. It's different.
I'm trying to figure out what's different.
Okay. So before you and Mom were dating,
We never were dating.
so you guys are dating now?
We're married.
Yeah, that's dating.
No, that's married.
So, okay, so what's the difference between having a wife and having a friend, a female friend?
Having a wife, we have built a life together. Our life is 100% intertwined in every way. Our finances, how we raise our children, the things that we do, every single thing about our life is intertwined.
So what if boyfriend and girlfriend do that?
They shouldn't. That's my whole point.
What?
You should not. Because you invest that, you get yourself intertwined with the person who tomorrow could just leave. And now half of your life is just gone.
You talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, or?
Yeah.
That's same with wife and husband.
No, oh no. Well, a husband and wife has made a commitment to each other to stay with each other through whatever the world may bring, through whatever situations may come and go, that they are committed to each other. That's a commitment. A boyfriend and girlfriend don't make that commitment. In fact, at 15, 16 years old, you can't even make that commitment to yourself. You're not intelligent enough. Your brain is not developed enough to even make that level of a commitment.
I just the same as you have a boyfriend and like over a friend. It's like different.
What's different?
It's so much different.
Because
Like,
you possess him.
No. Okay, listen to me. So say for example, you just met this dude. You had all you know is like his name, and that's like kinda it. And your dad is like, oh, he's rich. You're marrying him. And y'all get married the next day or the next week. Y'all don't have that same commitment. That's technically boyfriend and girlfriend.
Well, I believe a person's father that makes their daughter marry somebody because they got money is a loser. Is a total loser. It's a whole lot more that goes into a marriage than having a lot of money. Of course, being able to financially take care of your family is a very important aspect, but having money is not the end all be all. So I think that gets into a whole nother aspect of things, but to just have a conversation, I think there are cultures and scenarios where that way of getting married has worked for thousands of years. And we would have to look it up, but they probably have a lower divorce rate than we do in this country, the way we do it in this country. Two goofy children who think they know and think they then found all the answers in the world and run off and get married to somebody that they think they're going to love for the rest of their life. And 2 years later, they hate each other and they're getting a divorce because our divorce rates in this country are so high. So most people who think they have found love in high school realize very shortly thereafter, I could really be okay if I never saw this person again in my life. Like I really would be better off. And that's for a lot of different reasons. I think so much of our culture today leads us to believe that the right way is the wrong way and the wrong way is the right way, if you get what I'm saying. So much of the culture lead us to believe that love at first sight, go on a date. I only see you. I'm only ever going to look at you. I'm never going to look at no other girl because I love you so much. That's BS. It don't work like that. It don't work like that for nobody. But then also a lot of the culture say, the arranged marriages, that's what they call them, where the families arrange for a son and his other family's daughter is going to get married. So much of our culture say that that's wrong. And maybe the divorces are not there because getting a divorce is not an option in some of those cultures. So even if the woman is getting abused or different things are going on. So I don't know enough about that. That's why I say it's getting into a different conversation. But I think that it's maybe some type of hybrid there where, yeah, you go and meet some guy or, meet some friends. And as you move day to day through your world and your life, somebody that's cool just never go away. Every time you look up, this dude in my space. We ain't boyfriend and girlfriend, but we in the same clubs, we in the same groups, we in the same classes. You always around. That usually be the person that you end up. You know why? Because y'all naturally got a lot of the same interests. You get to know this person in a safe environment, in a comfortable environment. It's not about possession. It's just about enjoying life, having a good time, enjoying being in each other's company. And then it grows from there, right? But this thought that you're going to see somebody, he's going to be so handsome, you're going to meet him and talk to him, and it's going to be love at first sight. And oh my God. Nah, it's not reality. It's not real. Sorry, Joy. Now, that's not to say that you're never going to meet some guy, you're going to think that he's the most handsome person in the world. And, oh my God, he said hi to me. I can't believe all that stuff. That stuff is going to happen. It's okay. That's a human experience. It's okay. But that don't mean that that's the guy that you're going to be with for the rest of your life. Me and your mother obviously knew each other in 9th grade in high school. But we certainly have not been in a relationship since we were 14 years old till today. Right? We never was in a relationship until way, way, way after high school. We just happened to know each other in high school. It usually don't work out like that. Most people who have successful marriages, well, I wouldn't even say that, but to me, it seemed like a lot of people meet their significant other through natural, relationship building channels. People at church, people in the same spaces that you go to on a regular, consistent, everyday basis. Certainly there are people who, probably just happen to be at a restaurant and some guy sat next to her at the bar and they talked, and next thing you know, 6 months later they was married, and that was 50 years ago and they still happily married. Yeah, that definitely happens. But in my experience, most successful, long-term successful marriages, relationships are the ones that grew naturally, organically over some time. I done taught you everything I could teach you today, Joy. I gotta eat.
I didn't even get to talk about my day.
How was your day, Joy, mate?
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Why kinda?
Because that bus was so late.
It was late?
Yeah.
How late?
40 minutes.
You stood outside for 40 minutes?
Yes. And we didn't get to, no, I stood outside for 47 minutes. But we leave at 7, and she's supposed to pick me up at 7:07. She didn't come until 7:48.
Mm.
And then we didn't get to school until 8:13.
So you was already late.
Yes.
How do that affect students when you're late like that?
Well, even though they count it as excuse tardy, it's still like on your report card, it'll still say that was a tardy. It won't say that it's excuse. So it's like I can't control that because I'm not the person driving the bus.
Yeah. Who made it that way? Or why would anybody make the rule that way?
Like an excuse and an excuse.
No, why would they make it so that in that situation you will not have perfect attendance? That's a difficult one to answer, huh?
Yeah.
Because you really got to get into the minds of people. Because all these people who get to make these decisions, they say they really care about the kids. They want to put you in a better situation. So why would they give you an absence when they know it wasn't your fault? Who you think make the rule? Make that rule.
The CEO.
That's a state law.
Oh.
So what's called the state legislature, the people who make the laws at the state level, the state reps and the state senators and the governor, they make the law that says we're going to count student attendance by hours instead of days. And whether it's excused or not, if you miss an hour, you missed an hour. If your bus was late or not, if you missed an hour, you missed an hour. And so Joy Billups is not going to be able to say, I had perfect attendance in 7th grade. Why would they not want you to be able to say that?
The only reason I could say it is like they have kids and they only want their kids to be like the right student.
Well, one day maybe we can actually talk to some of them and see what they say. I don't want to put words in their mouth.
Wow.
You got off to a rough start.
Yeah. And then I wanted the blueberry muffin, so you have to look like 5 minutes so that they could like give us the breakfast. And then the iPad wasn't working, so you had to wait extra time for her to like put the thing in. And then we went to ELA and we do the plays, and like we have like 20 minutes before they come, but I had already missed that 20 minutes. So I went to so I put myself down, and then we just got straight into it. And the first thing that we did was we talked about what did we do? Oh, so we got a piece of paper and we had to like write down like they would ask us a question and then we would write down like a symbol or like words to like answer the question. So like one of the questions were like, if you speak any other language in your house besides English, like if you speak English, write hello on your paper, but if you don't, write how you say hello in that language. So she was kind of surprised that like not many people don't speak English in their house, but speak English in school. And then there was like
Wait, so there's a lot of people in your class that speak a different language at home?
Yeah.
What was some of the languages?
Nepali and Arabic and Spanish.
Those some good languages. What about Swahili?
Those two girls are in the other class.
Huh. What languages we speak?
English.
That's it?
I mean, like,
We slacking.
there's a couple of sentences it'll say in Spanish.
Yeah, but we don't talk Spanish.
Well, they only do that because not even their mom, but it's just their dad does not speak English. So they have to say, like, they have to speak to their dad in that language.
Hmm.
That's really the only reason that they know that language.
Well, it don't matter the reason.
Oh, so, well, when I did get on the bus, two of my friends were there, and we started talking, and then we were talking about like the war, and I was like, cause my friend, she's she's Muslim, like her grandparents are from Palestine, so she was like, so we were talking about it, and then I was like, well, United States has a better like rate of winning, because at first they were talking about like which states were most
Of
likely
winning what?
of winning the war. So we were talking about like which states would most likely get bombed, and I was like, Ohio is like probably at the top of the list, but it's not gonna be like one of their first. Like New York probably would be, but and then I searched up. I didn't search up there, but I searched up mine at home, and I was like, which cities in Ohio would most likely get bombed first? And my friends were like, it's either probably Columbus, because that's the capital, or Cleveland, because this is where they make like metal and stuff. And then I searched it up, and they said they would most likely bomb the places that run off of what those places use. So like the main places in Ohio that use metal, they wouldn't bomb Cleveland, they would bomb the cities in Ohio that use metal.
But it didn't tell you a specific city.
No.
Hmm.
And then I was like, oh yeah. So they were loud, but they were 100% right. And then I was like, and then they started coming off at me saying like, uh, United States is like cooked, like, there's like it's 50-50. Like, did you not see other countries are teaming with Iran and go against US? And I was like, yeah. And then I said, when we said the other day, I was like, if all the countries teamed up and went against United States military, United States would win. And I was like, and I even say stuff, and then my friend gonna come at me saying, well, this is real life, this is not Google. And I was like, oh, wow. And then my friend, she was like, do you not know Iran bombs? Like, she was just talking all high and mighty about Iran. But I was like, okay, buddy.
Yeah. And, some people don't realize, and it's two aspects to take away. To say that someone can win, a lot of times people will equate it to saying that you agree with what they're doing. It's like saying if somebody was the big bad bully at school and they were messing with a kid who cannot fight. If you say that the big bad bully can beat the other kid, that don't mean that you want the bully to beat the kid up. That's just being honest that the bully can beat this kid up. It's similar with this earth and war. The United States is the big bad bully. It's not that you have to agree that we should be doing what we're doing, this country. But it is acknowledging that no other country can beat us in the war. Now, this is where things can sound like I'm speaking out of both sides of my mouth at the same time. When I say no other country or countries can beat us, that does not equal we can beat them. It could just be a war where nobody wins. We just finished a war that nobody won. It started when I was in college. And it just ended a few years ago in Afghanistan. They call Afghanistan the country where empires go to die. Because over the years, so many different, whether it was China or then it was Russia, probably Britain, United States, all try to go in there and defeat Afghanistan, and all left with Afghanistan people running their country. So saying that nobody can beat us does not equal that we can beat everybody else. Because this situation in Iran, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 10 years from now, it might still be going on. And we, at some point, walk away and say, hey, you know what? We done. We just done. That don't mean that we won. That don't mean that we lost either. It's just, you know what it really is. You know what the real conversation is. Yeah, y'all having a low level conversation. You know what the high level conversation is?
Huh?
Who making the money off the war? Who making the money off the war? You know, wars is where people get rich.
Yeah.
So who making the money? That's what y'all need to be talking about.
I mean, I did say that.
You ain't say that?
Yes, I did.
I ain't hear it.
Well, because I didn't think that was actually important.
We live in the United States of America. The thing that is most important here is money.
Right.
You think that they going to war just to go? You think that it's not about money?
I mean, no, I'm gonna.
It might not be all about money, but somebody gonna make some money off of this war.
Well, anyway, so oh, so if you started asking us other questions, and then we had to put our paper up and like kind of display it so other people can see it, and then he started asking us questions. She was like, one question that like I seen a lot of people put was, so one of her questions was, if your parents, like, I didn't think of this as bad. She's like, if your parents like choose your future, circle, like put a circle and fill it in. And then she looked at all the papers and mainly all of them had that. And then she was like, I seen a lot of those. Why? And I was like, well, I would have never really thought of being a doctor, but like now that it's in my mind, like my dad's been telling me for like a few years, and now that it's in my mind, it's like, oh, these people make a lot of money. So yeah. But then other people started saying things. It was like, I don't know why my parents are controlling me and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I didn't think that was controlling. I just thought that I was like your parents thinking about your future.
What if it is controlling?
Well, I mean,
Because your parents do control everything about you, especially at this age. We control where you live. We control what school you go to. We control what clothes you have. We control what foods you eat, what access to entertainment you have. we control everything just about. There's some stuff that we don't control, but the major stuff we control. So whether we take ownership of that influence that we have or not, that's still control. So in other words, if I let you just blow in the wind and say, yeah, I want to be a manual transmission mechanic for passenger cars. If I let you do that, then what am I doing as a parent? You know why? Because almost nobody drives cars that has a manual transmission anymore. So if that's what you focus your career on, guess what? You're not going to make a lot of money. You're not going to be able to have a family and do all the things that you want to do as an adult with that job. So why would I let you blow in the wind and say, yeah, this is what I want to do, when I've been knowing you before you knew yourself? I've been knowing you when you were still in your mama's stomach. I knew you the day you came out. I've been talking to you and knowing you your whole life. I know what you're interested in. I know you better than you know yourself. Who better to tell you who you are? Somebody on Instagram who don't know you? Somebody on YouTube who don't love you? Somebody who's guiding you to do some things that you probably shouldn't be doing? So who would be the best? Or should that just be left for the world to figure out for you? I don't know. But a lot of kids do feel that way, and more power to them. It is what it is. But I ain't letting mine just blow through the world like that. You know, we gonna have some direction.
Wait. There was one other thing. It was like, I forgot the other thing. But do you know the story Raising in the Sun?
The movie?
Oh yeah, movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did a play of that, and basically, so the girl wanted us to give like a reaction, like she wanted us to like have our thoughts show on our faces. So like, the one scene that they were acting out was the other person I came, who was white. He was acting as the racist white man that didn't want them going into their neighborhood. And he started like being racist. And then we were all like, what? And then she was like, I'm so glad that I've seen like all these reactions. Like, how does that make you guys feel? And then like we're all like it feels like kind of like weird and like just like it just feels weird. Like I never heard anybody say that to somebody, or even if it's acting. And then oh, I got a test retake in math, and I got an 87.5.
That's better than that 40.
And then, oh, so today we had to.
Wait, what was the test? Probability?
It was like, oh yeah, it was probability, but that was 10 times easier than whatever that first test was. God knows what questions those were. Hardest questions alive, man.
I solved them with no problem.
Anyways, so we have to take another test, and basically, he was like, well, I should be telling you this just since you're the district, but I'm still gonna so. He was like, the district, like, we have to take this test for the district just to, like, tell them, like, you took the test. And, it was 7. Very hard.
Wait a minute. Maybe you got that scenario backwards. Instead of you should not be telling me, maybe you should not be getting told that.
Well, well, yeah. And we took the test, and, he was like, at this point, like, because half of those questions, no, not even half, all of them besides 2, which were about circumference, we never learned. We never learned, and some of them were worded incorrectly, and another one was like a question, but it didn't make sense at all, and then like we mainly just guessed on that whole test.
Now, how that make you feel?
It was like eventually we're gonna learn
Why you can't learn it already?
it. Because
Could he not send you that stuff home and you figure it out over the course of the last 2 or 3 weeks?
like as homework.
It's whatever. Just do it on your own time.
I mean, he could.
So why not?
I mean, cause like
I mean, what else do you have to do? Look at TikTok, Instagram videos. Look at what? What else do you have to do?
it's a great question.
So why not give you all the opportunity to learn the material?
Oh, well, because like he already knows like half of our class be using AI. So if it was like questions, people would just take screenshots and look it up and wouldn't even try something.
So you remove the opportunity to learn for half the class because half the class is going to use AI?
I mean, he said he was gonna teach it. No, he said it was.
I'm just asking the question because this is something I don't want you to get lulled into, is thinking you're being done a favor by not being taught these things and not being expected to learn these things. If this is a 7th grade test, guess why it's being given to you in 7th grade? Because you can do it. You have the ability to learn this material. Now, whether you're being held to that expectation or not in the classroom, whether whoever is teaching is holding you to this level of accountability or not, or presenting this information to you or not, that's a whole nother story. You see me, I get offended with somebody just assume that I'm not going to be able to do something. When somebody has something this is a 7th grade test and I'm in 7th grade and they tell me just off the top, I know you're not going to be able to do this. You know what that make me say? What's wrong with you? Why would you think that I can't do it? If this is a 7th grade test, of course I could do it. I'm one of the smartest 7th grade students in this whole city. If any 7th grader could do it, I could do it. Give it to me, I'll show you. Right?
Yeah.
So don't feel like you're being done a favor, because that's information that you could be using. That's knowledge that you could be gaining instead of sitting here and doing what? Nothing, not getting nowhere. In fact, I would urge you to tell him, hey, give me some assignments for that so I could do it when I get home. I don't got nothing else to do. My father will help me. It's okay. My father's smart. You can tell. You can say that. Say, no, my father's smart. He know this stuff. He'll help me if I get stuck. I don't need to use AI. Right? So I just wanted to tell you that. If a person is not pushing you, especially at this age that you are, where your brain is literally a sponge, can grasp so many different concepts so well. At this age, if a person is not pushing you, especially when you show that you have the ability, especially when you show that you want to learn, if the person is not pushing you to learn, don't look at that as a good thing. The same way that you may challenge your teacher when she said that you pushed her and you said that you was just trying to get by, the same way that you would challenge her, you should challenge this teacher who's sitting there telling you that he don't expect you to get these answers correct. Because why did you not teach me these things? What are we doing? Why have we not gotten to this already? Why would you expect me to not be as smart as any other 7th grader in this city or state or country if you're my 7th grade math teacher? I should know just as much 7th grade math as anybody else in this state. That's the real battle. And you thought that he was being cool. I'm going to tell you what he being. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I say.
There's so many things that you say.
How many of them good? Yeah, if you ain't thinking, hey, what I'm thinking ain't none of it good. So I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, well, anyway, so we went to computer tech, and I helped. I think 2 years ago, my teacher, adopted, or not adopted, but like got this dog because its past owners, like she doesn't have, so like what she did was she went to this shelter, and it's for like dogs that they know like aren't gonna be like alive for a lot more time. So they usually get it for free or for like not that much money. And she got this wiener dog, her name's Hazel, and her past owners like shoved like a hot metal wire down her throat, so now she can't bark, and her tongue stick like is like hangs out her mouth all the time. So she brought her to her room today, and we got to see her, and that's my second time seeing her after all this time. And then and since I already got my 3D printer, and since I already like got my frog printed, I had to help other people get their stuff printed. And I was not thinking, because so many other people make these cool things, and I thought that we had to go basic because like that printer wasn't, like you can't print exactly every single thing that you would want to. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go basic and do a frog, while these other people are doing some cool things. And now I'm very disappointed in myself because I didn't know you could do that.
Why you can't print something else?
Because I already got my turn.
So get another turn.
They don't have enough ink for that. And not everybody has wet yet.
So after everybody get a chance though, then go again.
Well, I don't know if they're gonna let me go again.
It's too many rules. So many rules.
And then so then we went to rocks, and then we talked about, what did we talk about? Oh, like we talked about like how stuff online can get like misconcepted, like like how like if you're texting and you're being sarcastic, the other person is like, is this person being serious? Like, is she actually calling you stupid, or like is she joking? Like tone is not always conveyed through text. So I said that, and then she was like, that's a really good point. And then so we had to stay for, well, we didn't have to, but we stayed for 2 periods. So uh so that's mainly what we talked about. You know, we watched like some of these videos of like girls and boys talking about situations they've had in like online like texts and situations. And then she told us like if we had a situation they met and how like what could you have done differently. And then like yeah, that's it. Um and then we went to, so we only had 10 more minutes of my science and social studies teacher's class. We so yesterday 3 of these girls got in trouble, and the teacher ended up finding out, and she was like, thank you for everybody who wasn't a part of that. Everybody who wasn't a part of it, you all will get a treat. And she was like, so pick sweet or salty, and we all said salty. And then she was like, okay, I'm gonna get you guys some chips or something. And we got popcorn. And then we had to also do this like kind of like all about me. So you had to make, so since I'm 13, I had to make 13 hearts and then say, fill in each heart with one thing I learned about myself. And I put my nipples, my smile, my eyelashes, eye color, my skin color, my hair, and for real, what else I learned. And then we had to also make a flower and put like things that like we're proud of, or like just things that we're happy about. And then we had to make dirt and put like things that we would leave behind in the dirt. And then uh but you didn't have to do that. That was just for like extra credit. And then we went to music. Was it music? Yeah, it was music. And we got free time. And me and my friend just learned some dances. And since me and my friend are both in esports, we made this like handshake. Like each time we win, that's the dance that we're gonna do.
How you do the handshake?
So it's like you go boom, 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 and then you just like, like, like dance like Drew.
That sound corny, Joy.
No, oh my god! You know how hard it was to come up with that. No, listen, you have to back up, but it has to be like hollow, like it has to actually be like, and then you do it.
All right, I'm gonna have to see it. I'm gonna have to see it. We gonna have to see if it's raw or if it's corny.
And then we went. Where did he go? Oh, oh. So what's? Oh, and that was the end of the day. Let me think. Oh, so we went on the bus and wait. Oh, and I had to help my bus driver like find her way around, and then when I had to go, she was like, "I'm gonna be lost without you, girl," and I was like, "I'm sorry." And then
Oh, cause you know the whole way.
from like the start to myself, yeah.
How you know the way?
Because like I just look out the window.
You pay attention.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't know where our bus driver is at. Like,
You think she okay? You worried about her?
kind of like she'll come for one day and then like the rest she'll just not come.
Well, maybe you can ask her. Is she okay?
Well, I want to, but she's really stern. Like,
I'm really stern.
yeah, but I know you. I really don't know her.
This her first year being your bus driver?
Now, this is her third.
So how you don't know her?
Because she's barely here.
So she missed a lot of days last year and stuff too?
Yeah. And, yeah. And, like, yeah. But I know her and she knows me.
Okay, mate. It's past your daddy bad time.
Oh.
And yours. We gotta go.